What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I'm realizing every time I shave, I look a little bit younger, man. I don't want to look younger. I don't want to look younger, man. I want to look older. Alright? Every time I shave, my girlfriend says, "Oh, JD, why don't you shave, man?" She doesn't actually sound like that. She doesn't call me JD. But she's like, "Yo, why don't you shave, man? It's getting a little crazy." So I gotta shave. I gotta look good for work as well. But I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I'm like, come on, man. I gotta make this a little thick. You know, I should grow the Daniel Bryan beard. I should grow the Daniel Bryan beard, man. Regardless, I'm just fucking. I got fucking a ton of adrenaline flowing through me, man. I just got out of work. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, and I'm recording fucking off the script for you guys for tomorrow morning. Why am I recording it so late? I don't know. I was lazy, man. I was playing Destiny this afternoon, or this morning, rather, before work, and I was farming for Legendary gear. Couldn't find a goddamn fucking thing. But, I'm glad I waited to record off the script. Why? News broke. News broke this afternoon on Kurt Angle. Big fucking story about Kurt Angle possibly coming back to the WWE. We've been hearing Kurt Angle's a free agent. Now, I'm hearing that Kurt Angle and WWE are in talks, which I knew was the case. These reports saying Triple H doesn't want Angle back. McMahon's not listening to Angle. He's got to talk to Triple H. Triple H makes those decisions. You would be a fool not to take Kurt Angle back. Now I'm hearing Angle may make his triumphant return, the Olympic gold medalist, to return at the Royal Rumble. I got the full story and what is going down with Angle and WWE and their contract negotiations. Also, on this part, number 34, part 3 of Off the Script, Bray Wyatt, is he done with WWE? I got the full story on that one. I also got stories on Hulk Hogan, WWE, wanting Hogan to step back into the ring at WrestleMania 31. Not only are you going to have Sting at WrestleMania 31, but you're going to have a retirement match for Hogan as well. This was in the news this week, folks. This was in the news this week. You know, part 3 usually is very soft with news. I got a fucking loaded show today. You're not going to want to miss this one. So grab your fucking coffees. Let's sit down. Let's talk WWE, and let's get this show on the road, all right? But before I do that, there's always some bad seeds in the comments section, man. Oh, JD is kissing ass again. He's kissing LeBar's ass. He's kissing CSR's ass, man. Fuck this shit. Why are you supporting them? Why do you always got to shout them out? Are you fucking kidding me, people? Are you serious? That's the one negative you take away from the show? That is what you discuss down in my comment section? Oh, JD is kissing CSR's ass again. I mean, are you fucking people for real? The reason why I mention them in my intros every fucking time. Number one, I had the pleasure and the honor of sharing beers with LeBar in New York City when he was last here. Number two, he reaches out to me, and he actually shouted my channel out on CSR, which gains thousands of eyes every week. That's a big deal to me. The least I can do is, again, buy the man beer when I see him again, hopefully, and continue to shout him out and grow his audience and get people to see what he's about and see what CSR is about. I want this show to be the next CSR. I want it to be CSR of YouTube. I'm a one-man show. I don't have guys like he has with LeBar, LeBar has Eisenberg and Goulash. I don't have those types of guys. I'm all by myself. You know, I got Joe Cronin, but Joe's busy doing his own thing. I haven't reached out to him. I haven't gotten in touch with him in a couple of weeks. I'm still waiting to hear back from him if he wants to do another show or not. But I'm a one-man guy on here. I want this to be the CSR of YouTube, man. If you don't like what I say, and if you don't like that I shout them out, tough shit. Tough shit. You would be a fool not to go and watch them because it's fucking entertaining, and nobody does what they're doing on the internet, man, talk show-wise. 3 professionals who know what they're doing, spreading the reality of the wrestling business. Alright, so I want you guys to go over there, subscribe to their YouTube channel, exclusive content you're not going to see on WrestleZone.com. And if you guys want to go watch what they do, WrestleZone.com @ShareShotReality. Link is down below. Tell them JD from NY sent you over there and show them some love. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Harmless. They certainly deserve it, and they greatly appreciate everything that comes their way. Alright, so go and check those guys out. Number 2, if you missed Off the Script this weekend, part 1, and part 2. All right, I got big news regarding CM Punk in yesterday's episode. If you missed that, please go and check that out. CM Punk potentially becoming the new face of TNA. Is it reality or is it bullshit? I talk about it. I give you my in-depth opinion on that story. Go and check that out in part 2. In part 1, I talk about The Rock versus Triple H being teased for WrestleMania 31. And from what we see, WrestleMania 31 is going to be big time on part-timers. So some of you guys already voiced your opinion on that you don't like it. But I discuss all that and what's going on with The Rock. Why is he back? He met with Vince McMahon. What's going on? Is he going to be at WrestleMania? I discuss all that. So if you missed Off the Script parts 1 and 2, links are in the description down below. And, of course, Joe Cronin, if you guys don't know who Joe is and if you want additional wrestling content, he is your man here on YouTube.com, Twitter, and YouTube. Link down below. Go and check him out and show him some love as well. Now that I got that all out of the way, all right, Kurt Angle possibly coming back to the WWE. This is the biggest story that we've had on Kurt Angle thus far. WWE and Kurt Angle have been rumored to be near a deal for months now, okay? So obviously we're already starting off this story completely opposite of what I reported a few weeks back, okay? Triple H and Vince McMahon didn't want anything to do with Kurt Angle. Triple H doesn't want Kurt Angle back in the WWE for whatever reason. I don't know why. He would be a fool not to let him back in. But already, WWE and Kurt Angle have been rumored to be near a deal for months now. But a new report from Pro Wrestling Insider, PWI, has revealed a new wrinkle. If Kurt Angle does come back to the WWE, he'll have to do it as a full-timer, and it will depend on his passing a medical examination. Not surprisingly, this doesn't agree with what the former WWE and TNA superstar wants. A part-time deal like Brock Lesnar is what he wants, all right? Randy Orton just took a schedule cut. He formed a new deal. He worked out a new deal with WWE where he doesn't have to work weekend house shows anymore. So he's going to be off the road less, and he's going to be a little bit more rested. Okay, so he's not really working a part-time schedule. He's just taking the weekends off. During the week, he'll be doing what he's got to do, 9 to 5 in the office. Come Saturday and Sunday, Randy Orton's not going to be on those house shows anymore. All right, he'll be back again at it on Monday Night Raw. But Kurt Angle wants a part-time deal. He wants a part-time deal like The Rock, like Brock Lesnar, like Chris Jericho, like Rob Van Dam. This is what he wants, and he deserves that kind of treatment. Plain and simple. You don't want Kurt Angle coming back as a full-time guy. Why would WWE, or why would this be reported that Kurt Angle wants to come back part-time, but WWE wants him full-time? Do you want the man to fucking die in the middle of the ring? The reason why he left your company in the first place was because he didn't want a full-time schedule. He wanted to go to TNA to rest and work a light schedule, work 4 dates out of the month, and give them everything he has, and then come back fully rested, recharged, and do what he's got to do. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Why wouldn't you want to treat him like a legend? Like one of the hottest commodities in the free agent market. Why would you want to fucking displease him already? You know, he already squared away his differences with Vince. They got everything out in the open, and it's all swept under the rug now. Whatever problems that they had when Kurt Angle left WWE to go to TNA, that's all gone now. Triple H is the one who's being hard-pressed about this situation. But I don't understand why WWE wants him to work a full-time schedule. He's at an age, and he's recovering from alcohol and drugs. He just had surgery, and you want to put the man on the road 300 dates out of the year? Are you fucking that ignorant and retarded to make something like this for Kurt Angle? To say, you know what, this is all you're getting. This is all you're getting. You come back under these terms or we don't want you. That's bullshit, man. That is absolute fucking bullshit. Especially after everything I just told you about his drug abuse, his alcohol abuse, and him getting surgery and him being clean finally. You know, he's only got a year left, a year and a half, two years max. Why would you want to fucking potentially kill the man? You know, working a full-time schedule. I don't understand it. But, citing a WWE source, PWI confirmed that the Stanford-based sports entertainment company is in conversations with Kurt Angle about a return. Writer Mike Johnson said that Angle has turned down the full-time offer. He doesn't want it. He wants part-time or nothing, okay? Angle has floated the idea of returning to the company part-time, and discussions are still ongoing. We are also told that Angle is more than open to returning to TNA if they can come to terms, feeling that Dixie Carter personally and the company as a whole really helped him while he was dealing with personal issues in recent years, Johnson notes. Some of those personal issues are precisely why Vince McMahon and Triple H have been very leery about reinvesting in Kurt Angle, who at one time was one of the biggest stars in the WWE. But if you listen to Kurt Angle on the Ross Report with Jim Ross, he is fully clean for over a year now. He's not going back to that type of lifestyle. He said repeatedly on the podcast that he knows he fucked up. He fucked up, and he's sorry about everything that he did, okay? He went to TNA to get his life back on track. You can't blame the guy. It's, you are first, okay? You are the most important thing. Business is second. When it comes to one's life, you are the most important, okay? If he knew he was not right working that type of schedule, he wanted to get out. He wanted to do something that he loved continuously. But he wanted to do it under his own terms because he knew if he was working under the WWE, he possibly could be dead. Dead. And I'm glad he made that decision because, you know, if he didn't, we might not have Kurt Angle around anymore. But he is open to returning to TNA if the deal is right, okay? Because he feels like he owes one to Dixie Carter and the Carter family and TNA as a company because they really helped him through his personal drug and alcohol issues, okay? Angle has struggled for years, like I said, with alcohol and drug addiction. He had been arrested multiple times and had multiple trips to rehab, several DUIs, okay? Several DUIs, that's been very well documented. The company, meanwhile, is doing what it can to pump out a PG product and bring in more families. A relapse wouldn't be conducive, to that image, especially if Angle was placed at the top of the card, as would be expected. Okay, so WWE is worried about if they put him at the top of the card, like we know he belongs, or like we know where he belongs, okay? WWE is worried that if they put him at the top of the card, he's going to relapse, he's going to do the drugs, the alcohol, he's going to get pulled over for DUI again, he's just going to fuck up some way, somehow, and it's going to fall back on WWE, tarnishing their image and making them look bad. That is what they're worried about with Kurt Angle. But he took to the airwaves with Jim Ross and said he's clean. He's not going back to that lifestyle. He wants to give it all he's got for the remainder of the year, for another year or two, and he wants to show the world why Kurt Angle is one of the best ever. And I hope that is the case. I hope WWE does take a chance on him, all right? Some people over at Reddit, okay, it was a post on Reddit called Squared Circle. These people voiced their opinion, and they were shocked that WWE would want Angle back full-time. Presumably, this would place him under the company's watchful eye, okay? Angle doesn't think that his body can work a full-time touring schedule anymore, but obviously, he wouldn't have to wrestle all the time. He could be an enforcer for Triple H or a new general manager who wrestles part-time but appears full-time. Kurt definitely has the mic skills to pull something like that off, okay? And if he does come back, it's been rumored it's going to be a surprise entry into the 2015 Royal Rumble. I don't know whether it's going to be 30 men or 40 men. WWE doesn't have the talent right now to do 40 men. If you're going to include 40 men, the WWE is going to fuck it up somehow and put El Torito, Hornswoggle, fucking Titus O'Neil, and all these other garbage guys in the ring, in the Rumble, and it's not going to be believable, man. You gotta have at least, out of 30 guys in the Rumble, okay? I'm not even talking about 40. Out of 30, you gotta have at least one-third of those guys actually believable to win the Rumble. If you guys remember in 2014, this year's Rumble, there was no one in the Rumble that made you believe that they could win it besides Batista. That's it. There was nobody. You had Roman Reigns in the Rumble, trying to pull off the upset, but we knew at that point in time that Roman Reigns wasn't going to WrestleMania in the main event. It was going to be Batista and Batista only. It could have been Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan was left out of the Rumble. So WWE legitimately had no other people, no other guys in the Rumble to make you as a viewer believe, you know what, this guy has a chance to win. I could see him at WrestleMania. Batista was that only man, and they went with the obvious choice because they had to. You weren't going to have anyone else win it because it wouldn't have made any sense. If Bryan was in the Rumble, he should have been the one to win it, but WWE kind of worked their way around that and put Bryan in the main event at WrestleMania regardless. But if you're going to have a 30-man Rumble and Angle is going to be in the Rumble, obviously he's going to be at the top. He's going to be there at the end. Okay, you gotta make him feel special. You got to bring him back, and it's got to be fucking monumental. You're going to bring him back in the Rumble. So if the WWE does the Rumble, 30 minutes, at least 1/3 of those guys have to be believable to win that match. Okay? You got Bryan coming back. You got Roman Reigns coming back. So they could potentially do something like that. So the Royal Rumble right now looking very possible for Angle to come back to the WWE. If I hear anything else regarding this, let me, obviously I will let you guys know, but you let me know what you think about Angle potentially coming back to the WWE after this new development on his contract status and them talking to Angle, WWE, to bring him back into the company. Excuse me. Bray Wyatt. The future of Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family has been a hot topic backstage at this week's WWE TV tapings after the vignettes for Luke Harper began airing. We've heard that, for now, the split of the group won't see any one member receive a major push, but there's a feeling that Eric Rowan is the odd man out. Harper is obviously getting at least a mid-card push very soon. While Bray has cooled off recently, not his own fault, it's WWE's fault, it's said that he is still considered by WWE officials to be a top priority, and there are indeed talks about turning him babyface. As seen on WWE TV, the company has been running vignettes for Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to be freed by Bray Wyatt from the Wyatt family. These vignettes are a brainchild of Vince McMahon. Vince is reportedly very high on Harper because of his size. Vince sees Harper as a bigger star than Bray Wyatt. Triple H reportedly feels differently and was against splitting up the group, but did not resist this decision because Vince McMahon is the one who wants to split the Wyatt family up. One source pointed to the fact that, the writing was on the wall for the Wyatt family and that Vince was essentially killing them off, so why not let him have his way and push Luke Harper? This same source expressed concern because Harper is nowhere close to Wyatt on the mic. Another issue is that with the talent roster so thin, and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose working towards the top of the card, Vince feels that splitting the Wyatt family up, that he can end up with 2 top acts instead of 1. That is the reason why the Wyatt family is splitting up. It's all Vince McMahon's idea. Vince sees Luke Harper as a bigger star than Bray Wyatt. Triple H was against splitting the Wyatt family up. He is against Vince McMahon splitting them up, and he is against the idea of Luke Harper being, better than Bray Wyatt himself. This is all Vince McMahon's idea, folks. So if you're worried about the Wyatt family splitting up, if you're concerned about them splitting up, if you're wondering why they're splitting up, it is all Vince McMahon. Do I think it's good to split them up? No. No. I would have given Luke Harper and Eric Rowan some time with the tag team championships before you even split them up. They didn't even have a proper run as tag team champions, which they certainly deserved. But now you're hearing the Ascension may come in, and they may be paired with Wyatt, and they're going to be brought up, and they're going to form the new Wyatt family. How that's going to work, I don't know. But this is all Triple H, actually Vince McMahon's idea, and Triple H is against it. So you guys let me know what you think about the Wyatt family splitting up and Vince McMahon being behind the whole thing, because he wants to develop stars, and instead of keeping the Wyatts as a unit, he sees that he can have Bray and Luke, 2 top guys, instead of 1. Let me know what you think about that one. There's a possibility that Hulk Hogan and Sting could both wrestle their last matches at WrestleMania 31. Sting, I understand. Hogan, I don't want to see Hogan in the ring. Hogan has still been pushing for a match against John Cena next year, and if he could pass a physical, Hogan may wrestle his retirement match. Cena's match at WrestleMania 31 may be locked in already, but they could always come up with something else for Hogan. Sting has indicated that he is looking to do one more match as well. Hogan and Sting both wrestling their last matches could be a big sell for WrestleMania tickets and buys. Hogan will be almost 61 at that time, and Sting turns 56 the week of WrestleMania 31. It's a long shot, but possible, although both likely wouldn't be branded as retirement matches. So, Hogan, Sting, WrestleMania 31, that's been in the news. I don't know what it's going to be looking like for Hogan, but I'm pretty sure Sting is going to be a lock for WrestleMania 31. Whether it's against The Undertaker or something else, he's going to be at WrestleMania 31 regardless, all right? SmackDown, moving to Thursday nights on Sci-Fi. Once again, those rumors have started up. Sci-Fi issued a press release on Thursday to announce that their new 12 Monkey series will debut on Friday, January 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, that is when the second hour of SmackDown begins. There could be a mistake with Sci-Fi's press release, or it could be that WWE is finally moving SmackDown off Friday nights. If I hear anything regarding SmackDown's move from Friday to Thursday, I will keep you posted here on Off the Script. John Cena added some fuel to the fire on the recent Steve Austin rumors at a question and answer session in Malaysia this weekend. Here's what he had to say during the question and answer when Steve Austin was brought up. I hope that his return to the ring is imminent. He has been training really hard and is in great shape. As noted, Austin has given hints that he might be returning and is working out to get in top shape as of late. WWE has also ordered mass production of his merchandise, and they've been plugging his podcast on Monday Night Raw. If Austin does indeed plan to return at this upcoming WrestleMania, then I wouldn't expect him to say too much so that his first appearance back on Raw is done as a surprise. A lot of people are saying Austin is not coming back. It's always in the news. It's always in the news. So if I hear anything regarding Austin, concrete-wise, solid information, I will definitely let you guys know. But, you know, from what I've been told from friends who actually listen to the podcast, I didn't listen all the way through myself. They're saying that Austin is not training to come back to the WWE. He's been training in Gold's Gym, okay? So he's not training to come back. He's just training in general. He never mentioned about a comeback. But Cena wants him to come back. There's rumors of Cena Austin at WrestleMania. I don't know. But I don't see Steve Austin coming back at WrestleMania 31. If he wants his one last match, it's going to be in Dallas, in Texas. The Texas Rattlesnake at WrestleMania 32. So if it happens, I do think it's going to happen in Dallas at WrestleMania 32. In a report via the Wrestling Observer newsletter about Roman Reigns and his interview on Monday Night Raw, that was 100% scripted by WWE's writers. The segment has received a lot of criticism from fans online and people within WWE. Triple H reportedly wanted Reigns to come off as a badass babyface that didn't give a care in the world during the interview, but many within WWE pointed to the fact that Reigns is not that kind of guy. The reason for the segment coming off as forced was because Reigns was not comfortable playing this type of role. As you can imagine, Vince McMahon was reportedly fuming over the interview, which is interesting because he didn't go out of his way to watch the taped interview before it even aired, okay? And finally, WWE 2K15 will be offering a downloadable content or season pass this year that includes a season pass program. The season pass will focus on new additions for 2K Showcase. If you purchase the season pass, then you will get exclusive access to Paige in the game. There will be more announcements on DLC and season pass programs in the coming weeks. WWE 2K15 is scheduled to be released on October 28th in North America for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Internationally, it will be released on October 30th for those consoles. PlayStation 4 and Xbox Ones, guys, you guys are going to be getting the game on November 18th, 2014, and November 21st, 2014, internationally for that. So that is the season pass information regarding WWE 2K15. But that is all the news and rumors I got for Off the Script. Part 3, guys. Episode number 34 is in the books. Kurt Angle, Bray Wyatt, Sting, Hogan, John Cena. Ton of news this week for Part 3. Usually, like I say, it's soft on Part 3, but I had a lot of news to cover. I'm glad I got through it. Let me know what you guys think about all the top stories on Sunday's episode. Let me know what you think about Kurt Angle. Let me know what you think about Wyatt family and Bray Wyatt. Them being split being a Vince McMahon idea. Unbelievable. But I will be back on Monday Night Raw review, guys. Tuesday, I will be bringing you another Monday Night Raw review. Hopefully, Monday Night Raw is a little bit better than it was last week, but I've been saying that for weeks, and I'm not expecting anything to change. So that is that, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on your way out the door. It greatly helps out my channel. Thank you guys for watching Off The Script. If you missed anything else regarding Off The Script, links are down below. CSR, Joe Cronin, all my previous videos linked down below in the description. If you're not following me on Twitter, at JD from NY206, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for WWE Monday Night Raw review. Until then, guys, take care, and I will see you all next week.